Hey my fellow AvGeeks, welcome to Andrew's Aviation. First, I want to wish everyone a late Happy New Year and hopefully your resolutions still stand strong. In my last report, I had the chance to fly on the 787 domestically with American Airlines. I had so much fun on that flight that I decided to do another domestic wide-body review as soon as I could. Which brings me to today's trip report. This time, we'll be checking out one of United Airlines services from Chicago to Houston on their 767-300ER. It's going to be really fun to see what United's regional wide-body service is going to be like. So let's do our cliche YouTube segue and jump right into it. As some of you watching may know, Chicago and Houston aren't the only airports that United flies wide-bodies into. United operates multiple flights between other cities like Newark, Washington, D.C., Denver, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Kahului, Honolulu, Guam, and San Juan. Of course, these routes are just the routine ones that happen daily or once a week, but every airline has a few airports that'll get a wide-body flight every once in a while. Like in United's case, for example, a 767 might visit Las Vegas every now and then. I've said this before, but these domestic routes are good places to test out an airline's long-haul product. The seats and the general services will be the same no matter what kind of flight you're taking, so if you want to see what first class is like but don't want to travel internationally, a trip like this would be perfect. Or, of course, you can just do what I did and book an economy because the aircraft is the only thing you care about. And speaking of aircraft, here's our beautiful 767-300ER ready to take us to Houston. It's registered as November 676 Uniform Alpha and is currently 18.7 years old at the time of recording. You guys might notice that the paint job on this aircraft looks a little weary, and you can see the green protective layer underneath. It kinda makes the aircraft look older than it is. I was a little sad to see that the aircraft was left to fly in this condition without looking its best, but in between the short time that I did this flight and me making this video, November 676 Uniform Alpha has received the new United livery. But anyways, I just can't wait to get on the 767 for the first time and witness its air-open cabin, so let's board and waddle over to our seat. Unlike many other aircraft types, the 767 features a unique seat configuration of 232. Most other wide-bodies have an even denser configuration such as the 777, which can have 9 or even 10 seats across depending on the airline. On the 767, the cabin might be a little smaller, but thankfully most airlines haven't decided to try and cram an extra seat into each row of this plane. I'd say that fewer seats make it cozier and a lot nicer environment to fly in economy, which could be an important factor in an 8-hour journey. Alright guys, so this is the view from seat 31 Lima, or 31L, whatever you want to call it, and I gotta say this looks really nice. I mean, I can see the ground here, and I can see like most of the wing and the wingtip, so this is gonna be some really good pictures opportunities. So if you guys are ever flying on United and you got the 67, 31L is a good place to go. Okay, now let's check out our seat. United recently retrofitted their entire 767-300 fleet with a new cabin. Although the main attention to the upgrades was directed towards adding new Polaris business class seats, the economy seats did receive a little love. Unfortunately, this aircraft hasn't received the update yet at the time of filming, but a few things remain the same. The seat dimensions measure 31 inches of pitch and a whopping 18.5 inches of width. That's over an inch wider compared to both the 757 and 777. The seat back pocket was quite nice in its ability to hold a bunch of stuff in it, and is well suited for a long trip where you'd want to keep all your pet rocks comfortable. Under the seat, it's just like a narrow body, except that these seats have universal power outlets instead of, well, nothing. Still, there's not much room to stretch your legs if you got a giant backpack in the way, unless you're sitting in Economy Plus, which has 34 inches of pitch. And of course, there's the new seatback screen with a headphone jack and USB port, which as always, we'll check out once airborne. Up overhead, we got 4 rows worth of baggage space. United 767 has most of its storage space in the bins closest to the window, with the center rows a lot smaller, but it still has more bins per seat compared to a 737 or 757. The AC system, though, can be a bit tricky in some places. Usually the nozzles are above and a little forward of the passenger, but in my seat it was directly overhead or slightly behind. This wasn't an issue for me, but I could see the reading light shining on the seat behind me and potentially causing some issues. Overall, I think it was a pretty decent seat. Next, it was time to watch our short safety presentation and push back. Wait, what? Oh right, sorry, I meant to say, get stuck on the apron for 30 minutes due to heavy traffic and wish I was on other planes headed to Europe. Okay, now we can get going, after another 20-minute taxi to 22 left. O'Hare, am I right? now that we're cruising at 34,000 feet, let's swipe through the IFE. Of course there's the obvious stuff like a bunch of recent movies to watch, games to play, an interactive flight map, and stuff for kids, but there's also a couple of other cool things. United has an application which is a bunch of videos promoting different destinations and their airline, but that's just a bunch of advertisements. The other application is my favorite, which is the ability to listen to the plane's radio transmissions to air traffic control. I know lots of other airlines have this feature too, but not everyone does, and I love it when it's included. I just wish you could hear everything on frequency and not just what the aircraft says, cause in mid-flight the radio goes pretty much silent. So since this feature really only works during takeoff and landing, I decided to catch up on life instead and watch a movie I missed in theaters. The fact that I have on-demand entertainment like this on a regional flight makes me glad that I'm flying a widebody today, cause United 737s are currently only equipped with DirecTV seatback screens, and even those are going away very soon, as United is removing their seatback screens from their 737 fleet. Thankfully, the entertainment on the widebodies are here to stay. As I was enjoying my movie and the gorgeous wing view outside, the in-flight service began. I flipped through the magazine to see what kind of snack they have for purchase, but then remembered that airplane food costs money, which is something I don't have. But yet, who could complain about snacks on United with free stroopwafels? I swear, if I was stuck on a desert island with a million of these things, my supply would only last me 2 days. After I finished gobbling down my snacks, I remembered something that I wanted to show you guys. Look at this cool water bottle I got from a university information fair. I think I'll be taking this thing around a lot more on these trips. I also got an old United Polaris business class amenity container that I thought was really cool. Oh my gosh, guys, you know what this means? Unboxing video time. Welcome to Andrew's unboxing ASMR top 10 reaction video. Here we got a little sleep mask, which I guess is good for, sleeping. Here we got a little unwrapped thing that I guess I don't know what it will be. And we got a little toothbrush for brushing your clothes. And we got some lotions. I always love me some lotions and some chapstick. Oh my gosh. And here we got some nice blue socks. Oh my gosh, these are so fluffy, guys. Oh my gosh, look. And just some mini Kleenexes are always useful. And we got some little mini stuff. So cool, yeah, go. I think I can feel your cringe through the screen right now. So yeah, I don't know if you still get this kind of kit anymore, but I've had it for a couple years and I just wanted to show it off. If you guys know what kind of stuff you get nowadays, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But one thing I do know for sure is when it was time to land, I was sad that the end of the trip was looming, and because I wouldn't get to watch any more free movies. So overall, I can say that I definitely love to spend 8 hours going transatlantic in a 767. This short ride shows how comfortable the plane is. I also think that with a smaller cabin, the flight attendants have to deal with fewer people, and the service can be a little bit more personalized. That might relate more to business than an economy, but still, it's a fun time for everyone. Also, this was probably one of the most comfortable trips I've taken in economy. The seat's width just made it feel that much nicer. And also, the person in front of me didn't recline their seat, which is a bonus. So for those who haven't flown the 767, it looks well suited for international travel and even better equipped for regional service. You'll still get to enjoy some seatback entertainment, and everyone has easier aisle access where you only have to step over a minimum of one person to get up. I really didn't want to get off this plane once we parked, and was sad to go. But that's just me saying I enjoyed my first 767 flight. What do you guys think of the 767? When was your first flight on this aircraft? Have any other thoughts or stories you'd like to share? Let me know down in the comments below. Well, that's it for me. It's midnight as I'm writing this, and I'm off to go sleep and eat cookies in the dark. If you like this video, pound that like button and feel free to check out my other content and subscribe for more vids. And, as always, have a wonderful day everyone.